Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be going through 5 rounds of a Italian tournament metagame challenge that I recently played in. This was kind of a testing ground to try out new decks and to prepare for some upcoming tournaments. I don't know if I'll be able to play in them, depends on the schedule. They are on European time, and that appears to be the majority of the tournaments that are going on lately. I decided to play in this event after a member of the Jank Diver Gaming Discord. I found out he was also playing in it, and we had a discussion about it. I played Sultai Beanstalk, or the Beans deck. I originally took the list from Endless Numbers and made a number of changes to the deck. He's a very well-known tournament grinder in the arena, artisan, and pauper scene. So what I was looking to do from the original list was to speed it up just a little bit to be a little more consistent on the mana in terms of smoothly curving out. So I went to a card that everyone knows I love, Utopia Sprawl, and played 3 copies of this to try and accelerate the deck. You can play a tap land on turn 1 into a tap land on turn 2 plus Utopia Sprawl to lead to turn 4 plays that can't be interacted with very efficiently. The core of the deck is Up the Beanstalk, Binding the Old Gods, and Blossom Prancer that create a very, very powerful value engine. The Beanstalk will grind out most opponents if they aren't able to interact with it, while also cantripping on ETB, which is really nice. The Binding answers basically any threat in the format while also accelerating us and is recurable with our Urborg Repossession. And then finally, Blossom Prancer ties the room together here by being a good, efficient creature that is one of the rare good creatures that can block flyers in this format, which is excellent. Finds us our 2 namesake enchantments alongside a bunch of our other cards. It doesn't find us strict removal spells, but usually it hits. And in matchups where you need it, it also gains a life, which is excellent. Outside of this, we've got a bunch of Beanstalk Giants to help accelerate us and to be a threat that we can draw into. We've got a smattering of removal and Gingerbread Hunter, Sky Turtle, some other, grindy interactive pieces that are big threats that also enable us to be cheaply used against aggressive decks. Pile of Circuit Menders, because the alchemy version of Circuit Mender is extremely powerful. And then finally, the Bath Song, which is a way of putting a bunch of cards in our graveyard back into our deck into the late game, while also being good card advantage that we can play. So I really like decks like this. This is my favorite kind of shell to play in most of the time in this format. Looking at our sideboard, we've got a copy of Cut Down, just another super cheap removal spell. A couple of copies of Stone. It's a good graveyard hate card that is particularly brutal into certain matchups, also pretty reasonable with the mirror. A couple of copies of Negate enable us to counter non-creature spells, obviously. But I just want to have a couple of counter spells somewhere in the 75 just to be able to have those, particularly for stuff like Oketra Monument or some of the combo decks. It can help you lock up the game against those. 2 copies of Cry of the Carnarium. Just very, very backbreaking against the really linear aggressive decks that aren't Nazgul. It's one of the strengths of that deck is that the Nazguls make this card a little awkward against them. I had a second copy of Urborg Repossession. This one was okay. Having an extra copy of it was fine. A 3 mana Raise Dead that could also bring back Binding the Old God the Bath Song is really nice. I don't really think you need 2 copies of it, though it's possible they should be in the second copy of the main board as well. I don't know. This feels like a card that I don't want to sideboard because people sideboard graveyard hate against you regardless. Soldier's Edict, just as an open decklist tournament, one to have a 1-of flexible removal spell. It's got some angles where it's really good. 2 copies of Terra Sunder to go with my 2 main deck copies. This card's very good, and I want to have 4 copies in the 75. Copy of Sever the Bloodline. This was a concession of the Nazgul deck, but it's also really good in the mirror, so we'll be bringing more of those in. 1 copy of the Mouth of Sauron. It's a more cute than good idea I had of these like spellsy decks just being able to play a card that would punish them for that. But a lot of them play Serpentine Curve or are playing counter spells. And so it didn't necessarily do what I wanted it to do, but it was fine. I could see this being a good card in some metagames. 1 copy of Voracious Fellbeast. This card was awesome out of the sideboard. I really wanted the main board, but usually post board against aggressive decks, I cut most of my card advantage tools. So bringing in Voracious Fellbeast provided me with another way of generating a 2-for-1 that impacted the board against aggressive decks. It's also good in the mirror. So I'll be bringing in a second copy of this. And then finally, Archfiend of Sorrows, which was just entirely too slow. I like what it's doing. It's a powerful card in Peasant Cube. But Artisan Constructed is just not a place where you can really be grinding to 7 mana to get your board sweeper, right? The matchups where this effect is really good are the decks that you want Cry the Carnarium against. Outside of like Catcher Monument, that's probably the biggest place where this card would be very good. All right, so that's the deck. I'm gonna go ahead and show my update in case you were interested in seeing that. So this is my list. I've moved the removal around a little bit. I've added a copy of the Eldritch Reborn, trimmed a copy of Beanstalk Giant and Circuit Mender, and just adjusted a little bit. This Quandra Campus is also about to come out. I haven't done it yet, but it's going to come out for just another tapped forest, just to make sure I have Utopia Sprawl as reliable as possible. For the sideboard, I'm running Cut Down, 2 Stone, 2 Negate, 2 Cry, Soldier's Edict, 3 Terra Sunders, because I did trim 1 from the main board, and 2 Sever the Bloodlines, 2 Voracious Fellbeasts. I feel like I like that this list has a lot of multiples ofs because these cards were all very good at different times. That being said, I do tend to be a fan of like 1 and 2 ofs in sideboard, so I may end up playing around with this. I've got to see exactly how the cards I want to take out for each matchup look. That way I can know exactly how many sideboard slots I need to dedicate to them. But this was just kind of a tentative after playing the tournament. So anyways, I hope you enjoy. And yeah, I'm going to try to do a little more of this constructed stuff. I really do like Artisan and Pauper. I'm a big fan of these lower power formats. So I'm going to see if I can maybe get involved in some of these from time to time just to supplement my cube content. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy. Wandemeyer on turn 1. Looks like we're in the Beanstalk matchup. Let's go with, so we've got black, green, blue. We'll go with black, I guess, or better. Let's go with blue. Go black. Oh, the Beanstalk. Okay, we don't have one of our own, but we do have a Terra Sunder here I can go ahead and proactively use if I want. I think I'm going to run out this instead, though. A Circuit Mender. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm going to say I just wanted to cycle this Lorien Reveal for an island, but that was definitely a mistake. The Old Gods, sure. Maybe blow my Utopia Sprawl? Sure. Let's see. I kind of want to keep this my only real card advantage at the moment. Let's play another one. All right. All right, he is searching for a land. 2 mana play as well. Another run. All right, we're kind of screwed here. Opponent just drew much better than us in this mirror match. I've got to find an answer here because he's gonna draw like a bunch of cards here. I just gotta like start working. I gotta find something to do. There's another Beanstalk. All right, I'm looking for 4 here. Last turn. Then we'll take a look at the sure. Yep. Man, Blossom Birds was such a good follow up here too. We have definitely been outdrawn here, but hopefully we'll be able to both losses clutches. Yeah, that's really bad for me. Kind of wild that they were this far into our deck and just haven't found literally anything that matters. But it's just had a much better draw for this matchup than us. Lightning. Blow up our own beanstalk. We've just been buried here. Not much I could have done, to be honest. I'm not gonna like lose my mind on this one, or just we're in a mirror match. I got 4 removal spells. I didn't draw any that really mattered. I could use this here, but then I'm gonna be pretty screwed against these 7/7s. I'm just gonna take 4 here. Draw. That's good, but probably too late. All right. I'm kind of built to beat, or kind of like was conceiving of beating Nazgul in this matchup. I think I'm probably a dog in this particular matchup because they're just playing the endless number list, which was much stronger in my particular deck than the -3. Yeah, sure. Yep. Suppose I could just go for the throw here. But then he just gets to take my thing, right? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. All right, I guess we're doing this. Oh, I love with it. We'll do it. I've got to try to get some 2-for-1 somewhere. Yeah, up the beanstalk is silly. This is not a particularly fun mirror match. Usually these grinding matchups are, but like up the beanstalk is so powerful at just burying you that this is kind of miserable actually. Sure. My tap land. Binding. Blow up your thing. Continue to draw literal nothing. My opponent has drawn like straight up 2 bindings, 2 beanstalks, 2 beanstalk giants. They've got a mana back there they haven't even used, on top of Bolus's clutches.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt.
Just kind of like good stuff. Let's see. Where's that leave me? 1, 2, 3, 5. Right, take that. That. Right. Well, we're basically out of gas here. While opponent's drawing like 3 cards a turn, which is something else. Yeah. I was kind of assuming people would be a little leaner on their decks with the Nazgul thing being so popular, and I just keep drawing lands. Like, I've flooded so bad. Good lord. Oh, man. All right. Play up the beanstalk. Turtle. All right. the turtle? Or I could buy back airborne binding. Keep grinding. No. Airborne repossession. Wait. Okay, yeah. This creature, choose a permanent. And I've already played land. Alright, I think I'm screwed here now. I wasn't able to kill the Armored Scrap Gorger. This is where like playing Utopia Sprawl is getting me in trouble because I don't have any graveyard hate. Yeah. Yep. Definitely big fish. All right, I think I'm willing to concede just for time. All right, let's see. What do we want to bring in here? Org. Into gates. I'm using these arts in the gate. I didn't even notice which ones I put in my deck. All right. Sunders, Gracious LB, Sever, Kicked. All right, then we'll cut Gingerbread Hunters. Utopia Sprawls. Alright, should like hard acceleration here. We'll also cut Fatal Push is pretty. Oh no, Fatal Push kills his O2 or O3. They might have cheaper removal. Then I'll just leave this. I'll just take this out. Same with Lonely End. Leave it maybe. I guess we run it like this. Still worried about the Armored Scrap Gorger because it's actually a card that's pretty good in this matchup. It just keeps you from really doing your thing with the granny stuff. That being said, as long as we hit our third land, we should be okay. Oh, sure. I'm gonna tear that here. Immediately do that. It's gonna do the same with me. Oh no. Okay. Would have been nice to have negate here. Well, I would have cast the Terrace under here, but I think, yeah, obviously. Great. That makes sense. Just gonna binding that, I think, to get ahead on board. I really want to hit my land drops. Just gonna play this to blow it up and get it into play. B-Rack, sure. I want to use both of mine on it. We're grabbing Greenland. All right, this is the turn where you might play a threat, so I guess we'll just pass with the intent of tearing us under if need be. Okay, thought distortion. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but okay. So I guess we're kind of screwed here. Okay. This actually ended up working out okay. Ready to whiff with this? No? Okay. Grab another Blossom Prancer, maybe? Or Voracious Felbeast, actually. We'll grab Voracious Felbeast. Let's get into this matchup. Alright, so I don't have 7 mana, so we'll just go ahead and jam the Voracious Felbeast here. Just do that. Draw a card. You can counter spell? That suck. He doesn't have blue up, right? He does. Tangled Islet. You kinda punted now. What? What does he say? You kinda punted. Sure what that was about. Alright, so I do this for 3, leaves me with 4. Not sure why he's saying I punted, though. I don't know what I did that that would be qualify as a punt here. I'm up like 5 cards on him. Like, obviously this is a grindy matchup, so, you know, we're going to go through a lot of cards here. But... Turn to the Beanstalk Giant, fine. Okay. I think we're just jamming this. Yeah. Just jamming Beanstalk Giant here, drawing a card. Orange. Tear that asunder, obviously. Three and get back Voracious Felbeast Binding. Or I can just jam up Blossom Prancer this turn. I think I'd rather do that. Alright, now we want to try to pivot and kill. Because up the Beanstalk is good card advantage, yeah. Sure. Well, actually, we can just keep grinding, huh? We just kept grinding for a while. Binding. That. Tap land. I guess I got a Binding Severed. That would have also been an option. Circuit Mender, pass turn. Fiend of Sorrow. Alright, well. Remember that card's Bloodline for sure. Now we might be dead because the opponent's drawing multiple beanstalks. We've killed a couple of his beanstalks, right? I think, yeah, we've killed one of his beanstalks. He's drawn 2. So let's go sever the bloodline to this. And then does this give me enough to 3? Yes. What do I have? 18 minutes. All right. All right. Grab Voracious Felbeast and Binding. Drop Awesome Prancer. Yeah. These 2. 2. All right. We keep grinding. We just keep a grinding. Scrap Forger, sure. We'll Voracious Felbeast him. Alright, this should be where the game finally ends. Oh, guess I draw 2 more cards. Really, it's like drawing 3 more cards, so maybe the game keeps grinding. That was a good one. These draws have been exceptional both games so far. This one we at least got to keep up because our draw was pretty good. We're also playing a lot more interaction than he is. We're just severing that guy. Draw a gate. Night Turtle, sure. And then with our remaining 4 mana, we want to play... I guess it's just Circuit Bender here. Got 1,000,000 mana. Up the beanstalk, sure. There you fatty. Alright, so he needs 2 removal spells to not... 3 removal spells to not be dead. This matchup is exhausting though. It's certainly grindy. Sure. I think he's still dead, right? Alright, cool. We take game 2. Alright, do we want to change our sideboard up for game 3? We did get him with that exile effect. That was pretty sick. Do I want the stone here? He's playing a big graveyard deck. Do I have any space for that? With all my removal, I'm not sure I do. I can technically cut something like the Bat Song, but if we get into a protracted game, Bat Song is really powerful. Let you shuffle a bunch of cards back in your graveyard. But if he's attacking my graveyard, maybe that's not even possible. We want to draw this game. Maybe we can cut like a land to bring in a stone. The Terra Sunders felt really good in this game too. I think we can actually cut a Circuit Mender too. Bring in the other zone. I think we're just going to attack his graveyard really hard. These Circuit Menders are not particularly good, but I leave them in because they, at very worst, they cycle and kind of give me a little life, let me jump block, that sort of thing. But they are not very good. I like to think we're slightly favored in this matchup, but it's probably just going to come down to who draws more beanstalks, to be honest. Probably should have left in that other land. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have left in the land and to cut the second Circuit Mender. Because if this was a land, the same would be excellent. Right. Sure, we'll go first. I'm gonna hold my beanstalk for now. Maybe that's incorrect, but I want to get my tap land into play. Alright, we'll play this. Sure. Kind of contractually obligated to blow that up. A little too much value not to do that. Beanstalk. I can resolve this, or I can bat song and hold up hard. Oh wait, yeah. I guess we run out the threat first. Seeds of Doomblade, yep. Beanstalk. And we pass turn. If he has a stone, we're in a little bit of trouble, I guess. That's probably gonna be true at any point in the early to mid game here. Alright, pass this. Would like to draw 2 cards. My Blossom Prancer, please. Alright, opponent has said I can only draw 1 card with my Blossom Prancer. And I draw a Blossom Prancer. Not another one. Dread's Edict. Sure. Binding, please. I'm gonna do this and just discard the Circuit Mender here. Or a land. We're up a ton of cards here. We are burying our opponent at the moment. I'm gonna try to kill him, but we have the threats at the moment, but so far our extra removal packages looked really good. Oh, this can activate instant. Okay. Yeah, just send on a handful of removal. So we do lose to Thought Distortion. We do lose to Thought Distortion. would like to get some of these removal spells out of my hand before then. Sure. Bindings. Hitting my Bath Song, yep. Sure. Yep. Right. Okay. All right, so it's only thought distortion that we're afraid of now? All right, I'm willing to lose to thought distortion. It is a one of in his deck. And by that I mean I have no option but to lose to thought distortion. Guess we just untap and do that. Actually, you know what? There's no reason not to just do this, right? In case I draw a threat, I can draw. Right. Should have done this in the end step, but. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. I'm dumb. Two Blossom Prancers. That was a punt on my land. Made some small decision making here as I'm trying to play a little faster. Definitely some mistakes here though. Hopefully they don't matter too much, but they could. If he hits a thought distortion at any point, we're kind of boned, I guess would be the appropriate word. Yep, we'll let him have this. Sure. Your graveyard. Okay. Sure. Great. Like to Blossom Prancer. A card. Beanstalk Giant here. Blossom Prancer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play this. We'll just start taking threats here. This card. Beanstalk Giant. Sure. Actually, sever. Obviously, XL effects now kind of take my sever, but I wanted to kind of pad myself against thought distortion. Great. Voracious Spell Beast. All right, take round one. Cool. All right. Well, our plan to I assumed we were going to get big fish, but actually, just all of our removal ended up trading really well. We drew halfway decent. We had so much more interaction than our opponent did. Just really were able to kind of bury them every single game by keeping them, down. But a lot of it had to do with those 4 Terror Sunders. Yeah. This keeps us flexible. We'll keep this. Are we in the draw? All right. So if he's on a very aggressive deck, we could be in trouble. Could be Nazgul. That would make sense. All right. The Nazgul deck was super popular. Gingerbread Hunter not the best against that deck. So we are against an Nazgul. Okay. Yeah, Gingerbread Hunter very bad here. This hand in general quite bad here. All right, so we're gonna run out Circuit Bender. And hope we just don't die here. If he's got a bunch of Nazgul in him, we're probably gonna die. We mulled to 6, we had a bad hand against an aggressive deck. And now our opponent is looking like he kept a slow hand, which means probably a pile of Nazgul. Oh, okay. This could be alright then. Great. We'll play another land. And we'll pass turn. This leaves open the old puny Snackerino here. Sure. Oh, I should have. Oops. I should have done that there. This was a punt. This was a big punt. I forgot that that's how the Wraith worked. All right. Huge punt on my part. I could have killed this with the Tempt on the stack. And then he would have only gotten 1 counter and I wouldn't be super dead here. Okay. Let's play Bat Song. What do you find? Oh, sure. Very bad. All right, yeah. So we're dead. We'll go to sideboard and we'll bring in a bunch of removal. I assume he's gonna bring in a bunch of Thought Seizes. Yep. This deck is silly busted. All right. Yep. You're very dead. Just the aggressive curves of this deck. Like, I don't think the deck itself is busted. I just think that the way that the deck plays out is super powerful. Maybe that's a more fair way to put it. But we're going to bring in all the removal. I don't know how many Cries I want. Because Cry doesn't really do anything against the Nazgul once they resolve. So I guess we're going to do this. More Terra Sunders. And then we'll cut... I want Utopia Sprawl. I want to be fast. We'll cut... Lorion, Bat Song... all the slow stuff here. And honestly, I kind of want to cut... I actually want to cut the Herbal Repossession. I don't think I need it to win the game. Because like if I draw a Colossal Skydrill, I'm just going to play as a 6/5. Fatal Push is fine. Not exciting, but it is playable. And we'll trim around the edges a little here. So hopefully we're just playing enough interaction to stop him this time. All right, that's good. and is solid. I assume we're gonna get Thought Seized. If he's got turn 1 Thought Seized, that's really bad though. Because turn 1 Thought Seized means we don't get to turn 2 Utopia Sprawl plus tap. Okay. This is probably not that bad at the moment. Obviously not having another green source to put this on really sucks, but whatever. Deal. Let's add... Yeah, most of my deck is forest. Let's add black. Okay. Versatile Automaton. Alright, this is a spot where Crad the Carnarium would be excellent. But, as it stands... Just gonna play my green source and pass. Yeah. Basically, the goal is to keep the Nazgul off the table. All right. So I actually forgot that this is like fine against Nazgul as long as we aren't, you know, caught in the spot with our pants are down, basically. Sure. Are you supposed to run this out? Make a food? Make a 5/5? Blossom Prancer's the other option. I actually kind of like that. Like, this is a smaller creature, and it finds us more things to play. Utopia Sprawl. I think we're entering the Binding of the Old Gods phase of the game. I would just love to draw all these. Yeah. Well, I've already got 2 4-mana removal. I've got 3 4-mana removal spells. Maybe I'm supposed to get to the Utopia Sprawl. No, we're gonna take the Hunter though. Or should I take the Beanstalk too? I'm gonna take up the Beanstalk. I've got 3 4-mana removal spells. When he starts slamming Nazgul, I've got a couple of threats. I just need to be able to draw more cards to keep up. So my plan is if I don't draw... Okay. So I'm gonna lose the Binding probably. Or the Beanstalk, just depending on what he thinks he can beat. Duress here, very good. Oh, he takes Sever. Interesting. I guess he just has a hand with a couple of Nazgul left in it, probably. Yeah, we take 4 here. Ugh. Yup. That's rough. Great. Hiding your Nazgul. Might as well attack. We have no block. Yeah. Alright. So we have a handful of removal spells. It's not even gonna matter. Yes. Oh, 1, 2, 3 leaves me with 3 mana. Can't do that. Alright. Last turn. I think we're dead. We have died. Edict. Oh. Sorry about that. Nazgul to follow it up. Earth. Basically. Right, yeah. I'm just dead either way, right? Because if I kill this, this goes to 8. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Yeah, this Nazgul deck is silly. It's very silly. Very difficult to interact with. My removal is just very expensive for what I needed to do there. Oh no! green source. Rough. All right, let's ship an island. It'll be okay. Let's lead on tap land. I don't see a particular reason to run this out on turn 1. All right, so he's playing bird. Great. Tap this for black. No removal spell in 2 means we're in big doo-doo. Oh. And he's got the multiple burning tree draw. Cool. Alright, that was probably the best draw in our entire deck. I know he said we're super duper dead here. Yep, that's. Am I supposed to do this now? I'm just supposed to do this now, right? Is there any reason not? No. Maybe he has a combat trick. I guess this probably works out worse for me if he does, but just pop up. Very dead. I think we're supposed to preserve our life total here. Yes, we can. Throat. Yep. All right. Well, all things considered, it's a pretty good draw. Land was best because we want to get these. We want to get these Blossom Prancers down, but untapped land specifically would have been. Think I'm just supposed to pass? Heck yeah, that's a good draw. Do I need second blue for anything? No. Lorien revealed. Sure. Got black, and green as well. So I guess we grab second boosters here. All right, we could pull out here. We've got a. I mean, we go to 6 here if he cracks the ruin, right? Oh, he can't do that. Okay. But now he plays his thing. It's a 3/3. 4/4. Yep. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. All right, we just have to immediately do this. Oh man. Where's gaining life here? Yeah, decline. We don't need to hit well. We trade our Blossom Prancer here for his card. For Treatable Vigilance, we'll take the trade. Another one. And another one. Alright, have we stabilized? Feels like we stabilized. Feels like we stabilized here. Oh no! That was such a good draw! Why? Why me? Oh Lord. Oh, so good. No! Oh God, why is this draw so good? Oh man! Oh no! Oh, this is a nightmare! Alright, let's cast the Bat Song. Draw 2, discard 1. We'll discard the land here. Play a Circuit Vendor. Circuit Vendors carry me home! Come on! Come on, little bug boy. You can do it. Just keep me in this game. Alright, he takes the turn off. Alright. All the Circuit Vendors! Alright, sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is fine. Attack with one of these. We'll start attacking. Apply a little bit of pressure here. No reason to get too quick. We're at 15. Like, we just want to make sure we don't die here. ETE, sure. Mana. Sure. Okay, put Sky Turtle, Blossom Prancer, Lolian. Go for the throat back in the deck. Yep. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Six, seven. Sufficient. Just. All right. Feels like we have stabilized. Want to start applying pressure so that we can't get faltered out of the game, but feels okay. And sure. And we've reached the stage of the game that I'm not sure he can catch back up with us. We go get black. Started missing him. Okay. This game felt really sketchy for a while, but I feel pretty good now. Okay. Alright, so GG. Oh, thanks, Nitty. Yeah, playing in a artisan like metagame challenge thing, so it's just like all commons and uncommons. My opponent had a very nutty draw, but we managed to stabilize, so. Alright, so just gonna bring in a bunch of removal here. Don't know if I'll bring in the Sever. It takes 4 mana for that. Fellbeast is probably better than my other 6 drops, though I don't know if it makes the final cut. Archfiend's definitely fine. Let's see here. What are we cutting here? Probably Repossession. I want the Utopia Sprawls for mana. We could probably trim on the Beanstalks. Don't need too many of those. Don't need Bat Song. It was good that game. Got me out of that hole I was in, but I still think it's only okay in this matchup. From a Beanstalk Giant, or I probably don't want the Felbeast, right? God, it's so good on 6 mana though. It's like so likely to help me stabilize. Maybe I'm supposed to cut a Sky Turtle? That sounds weird to me. It's super good. Get rid of the Beanstalk. Oh, you know what? Tear's probably not super good in this matchup. It doesn't hit battles. It might just be worse than Sever. Or like a Giant. Could also be worse than Up to Beanstalk, which is relatively cheap to cast. All right, I'm gonna run it like this, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can definitely see this backfiring. Oh man! All right. They're supposed to keep this, right? We're on the draw, but we got double Utopia Sprawl. So we go like turn 1, tap land, turn 2. We don't get to double Utopia Sprawl. Still think it's okay. All right, so we go tap land. Now we go double Utopia Sprawl on 2. And then we're looking good. BTE. All right, it's got a good BTE draw. We could be in some trouble, but this binding will help. Ruby, sure. Sorry, sure. Okay, so we go first. Utopia Sprawl. Or, all right, we got a bunch of green. Got a black untapped source, so we need another blue. Yes. And we'll go for black. All right. Double Utopia Sprawl on 2. Your move, sir. Okay, blows up one of them, but that's fine. I think we're supposed to play Binding here. Yeah, I think I was just supposed to Binding here. Kill this 3-power creature. You could have like an Iconoclast or something, but I can't really. Yeah, this is scary. All right, BT. Give a 2-drop to follow up. 1-drop. Very good 1-drop. All right. Feeling not great. Let's grab. I don't have any life gain lands. Oh, I can't get them anyways off this. What am I talking about? I guess it's the gateway just because the rest of my mana is really good. So we're gonna go like this plus tap land, and then probably just be dead. It's a good draw. Anyway, any creature was a good card. Opponent's draw this game was nutty. I was supposed to take 1 extra damage to kill a BTE here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to be to 4. Yeah, I'm just supposed to actually do this, right? Because this leaves me open to be able to draw a removal spell. Oh, I don't have double blue. Yikes. Okay, never mind. We gotta do this. Are we dead? Might be. We get a blue, untapped, Florian revealed, and then I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm probably dead. 5 here, actually? No, 6. Okay. Trade here. We're hoping to spike like a Cry the Carnarium. Because next turn I've got 1, 2, that's okay. Yeah, I think I just have to take this block. Go to 2. Answer, okay. All right, so how much mana do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can play this as a 4/4 hold up, go for the throat in case he top decks the Falter guy or the draw 2. Take it. Politely decline for 4 life. Thank you. Okay. All right, I think we're stable. I think we have stabilized. Am I just supposed to play another Prancer here? I might just be supposed to play another Prancer here. I think I'm just supposed to play another Prancer. I will take a Circuit Bender. And then... This doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, so we're still stable. We just pass. Fire, sure. Alright, this should ice the game. Or maybe not. Bloodbraid Elf is always a draw that threatens to kill you. Got a ship. Yep. Deal, shot block, cast my Field Beast. All right. GG. All right, roll the draw. All right, what do we get? Utopia Sprawl, Tangled Islet. It's a little sketchy. I think we're gonna keep it. It's a touch slow. Swift Sphere, yep. Alright, so we're against Blitz, so our Fatal Push finally gonna come in handy, I think. Usually it's pretty good against this deck. I'm gonna Utopia Sprawl my dude, play a Swamp, pass. Or Utopia, my dude, my I'm going to Utopia Sprawl my Forest for black. And then pass turn. Sick. All right. Tap land. Your move, Yugi boy. Sphere, cast Reckless Charge. Oh, cast Reckless Charge. Whatever. Take it. Slam Gingerbread Hunter here. He's a pretty good draw. We had kind of the optimal start here. Alright, we'll chain Blossom Prancers until we find something that kills him. A binding. This thing. Game isn't over, but it's basically over. like Tolarian Terror would keep him in the game because I charge. Sure. Buys a little bit of time, I guess. Sure. We'll go green. Sure. Alright, there's a binding. Get past both our bat songs, but that's not really how this matchup goes. Our job is to just kill him very quickly. Hold on. Double check. Sorcery. Okay. Alright, GG. Blossom Prancer. This was gross. I don't think this matchup normally goes this well, but like, this was disgusting. The one Fatal Push coming in handy. Finally making it worth the deck slot. Fatal Push just straight up won us the game. Alright, we can cut down, Soldier's Edict. Sever's a little clunky, get how cheap their curve is. I don't know if I want these negates, but maybe. I'm gonna bring in one negate, probably. What don't I want, is the question. I think Sky Turtle could probably go. I think we do this sort of like the red matchup, where we just like kind of trim the stuff that spin our wheels. And we just keep everything that's either like a bomb diggity threat or accelerates us or kills something. That's like what we're looking at here, I think. That I'm not interested in Cry the Carnarium because the way that this matchup plays out. All right, we'll take out all the recursive stuff. We'll just rely on Blossom Prancers, and we will bring in a Voracious Fellbeast. It's a little expensive, but it does kill their things. It does stabilize us pretty well. Bring in that. And then, oh, Mouth of Sauron, right? Because they're playing a bunch of spells. It puts like multiple bodies into play. Actually, you know what? I want the turtles because they bounce his prowess creatures, actually. We'll trim around the edges just a little bigger then. We'll cut. We'll leave that. Finds lands. Let's see. What is still cuttable? I guess we can cut negate. My deck is playing a bunch of expensive spells. I probably can't afford to have negate up to counter whatever they're doing anyways. Could trim a Sprawl. That seems like a mistake. Oh, Terra Sunder. Don't even want that card in this matchup, I don't think. Bloat. Let's see here. Beanstar Giant or Terra Sunder? We're running a Terra Sunder. No, I'm gonna run Beanstar Giant. I think that's where we're in this matchup. Oh. Thank you for the follow. Let's see here. Alright. And is slow and clunky on the draw. Doesn't have a cheap removal spell, which really sucks, but it does have W. Are we on the play? Or did our opponent... Interesting. Do they have like a pivot game plan? Do they have a transformative sideboard? Is that what we're doing here? Okay. Utopia Sprawl or black. Sphere, sure. Consider. Yep. Okay. And don't mind if I do. beanstalk? No. Alright, I'm getting a little trouble with my mana here. I could go 3, keep 1. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. 3, grab a forest. And then we Utopia Sprawl the forest for black. Could have killed this, but I don't mind this just sitting in play unless he wants to use, you know, one of his other spells. I wouldn't have to commit something here for this to do anything. And the goal here is to like use this to force him to commit a creature to his board. That's fine. Reckless charge. Sphere. Sure. Here we go. Lonely end. Kill your thing. And then now we have access to 6 mana. Here we go. Up the beanstalk. Beanstalk giant. Sure. Do your thing. All right, we're down some resources, but the up the beanstalk will hopefully draw some cards here. We don't just randomly die. Right, Diet Coke Dragon's very bad for us. Yep, take 5. Okay, go for the third is very good for us. This. Cast this. And... Right. How Sprite Dragons don't we want to see? Have to go for the threat though, so we at least have an answer to 1. Hopefully this Blossom Prancer is able to block another and we can like kind of pivot, slam Beanstalk Giants and kill him. Phoenix Fight. Yep. We'll just take this trade. Keep our life total nice and high. Sick. Just gonna proactively do this, I think. Don't have enough mana for that. Whoops. Give it this thing. Alright. Feeling pretty good about this. Obviously not out of the water just yet. He could have, you know, slammed 2 Tolarian Terrors and then we're back to where we started. But the fact that he committed to that and just traded so many, like traded 2 for 1 on his Sprite Dragon, and then we were able to kill his thing and, you know, put a creature into play, draw an extra card, like generate like a 3 for 1 off this gingerbread. We're gonna start generating more 2 for 1s here down the road. Counterspell, maybe? But there was no stick. I'm assuming this is just he's debating if he wants to counter my thing. Oh, interesting. I see. Sure. I will continue to take your resources. 9, 14. We're not quite on lethal yet. It's a nice little 2-for-1 here. He finds. These made more gingerbread hunters have been real sweet. They've been very nice. Little slow, but very good value. I think this game is pretty over too. Like, I don't really know what our opponent could do at this point. Beanstalk Giant play is real rough for him. Food, gains life. Sure. All right, I got 27 power in play. Your move, Yugi boy. What happened was there was a delay with the end of the 4th round, the beginning of the 5th, because it was a European tournament, and so a lot of the people had went to bed. All right, let's go 5th round with Soul Type Beanstalk. I could have brought out the Oketra deck. I have no idea what my opponent's playing, but I signed up to play Beanstalk, so we're playing Beanstalk. On the play with the Utopia Sprawl. It's a good start. I'm gonna start out tap land, and then on turn 2 we can decide what we want to do. I'll probably just be tap land Utopia Sprawl. Set us up to play like a turn 3 binding maybe. Okay, he's on the infect deck. Interesting. Okay, this is an artifact. No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Take a poison here. Opponent plays nothing. So I can either pass with Terra Sunder up, which I kind of like, given that he didn't play anything. Or we can play a Circuit Mender, which is very likely to die, right? I think with a binding in hand, I'm going to pass and try to Terra Sunder and then just answer his threats. Terra Sunder being able to keep this from generating the bug is pretty nice incidental value. Wonder if he's playing a bunch of main board protection spells. All right, let's find out. No, okay. We're out Circuit Mender here. Ideally, he's going to play an Annex Sentry, which is the Banisher Priest for the poison deck. Borrowed Time, sure. We still generate a 2-for-1 here. We can potentially use our Terra Center Bindings to deal with it later. Yeah, I think we're just playing a Blossom Prancer here and trying to find a Beanstalk. Or more Blossom Prancers. I'm cool with that too. This Utopia is probably very difficult to answer with. Is very nice. All right, we do have to start trying to kill him. What does this do? All right, what does this do? Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, insects you control and insects in your graveyard, hand, and library perpetually gain Toxic 1. Jesus, okay. How much mana do we have? 7? So we can play this plus hold open this. It's not bad, right? Because we can flash in a 2/3 with it. I'm pretty cool with this. Grab a Gingerbread Hunter. It's very good here. Just keep drafting removal spells. I don't think we're at the point where we can attack yet. All right, cool. We take game 1. Nice. All right, and we get way better at post board, I think. I mean, assuming he's going to play... I'm assuming he's going to have a number of protection spells, but we have a lot of removal for our opponent's deck. So, the question is, what are we cutting? My instinct to trim this. Colossal Sky Turtle is a little sketchy because it's slow, but I'm willing to cut 1 here, but not more than 1. Lorien Revealed is awkward because it does help me find lands. Bat Song's bad here. Don't really care. Not in love with Circuit Mender, but it's pretty decent. Honestly, I could probably trim a Beanstalk here if I wanted. I don't need Repossession. I could trim a Sprawl, but this does tend to lead to your best draws. That being said, if I'm playing a bunch of removal spells, maybe I just want to be a better grindy deck. Trim down to like 2 Beanstalk Giants because it's kind of bad in this matchup. We just trim on Beanstalks and we rely on playing like a really good grindy deck. And then we'll kind of see what he's playing in game 2. Maybe I'm not supposed to take this out just because it's so cheap. But I'm not really seeing what else I could bring out that makes sense. Maybe like a bug. Life isn't really important in this matchup because you don't die to life, you die to poison. I assume he's going to have some sort of proliferate engine in the sideboard too to try and win without like having to attack. That being said, this hand has a Cry of the Carnarium on turn 3 with a Gingerbread Hunter and a Binding, so we're keeping and just hoping we don't die super quickly. Go tap land, Cry of the Carnarium, and hopefully that cleans up the game. All right, play like a bunch of 1-drops, please. All right, well, I think we just cry here. Take our 2-for-1 and move on with life. We were under too much pressure to get away with not doing that. Our pile removal looking really good here. All right, we'll go get a to Manorborn. Just play another binding here. You guys are gonna just pass the Gingerbread Hunter up, right? Don't hate that. Let him hit me for 2, the Swatley Rapper. For left or right, sure. So we do need to try to win the game. But I don't know how much... Like, this isn't when it attacks, it's just when it ETBs. So I can do that and have 1. Do this and have 4 available. Like that. Grab a basic island here in case we draw. I don't know what we need to draw here, but and I think I'm just gonna play the Minderbug. I don't think they have any. Oh, they have yeah, they don't have anything though, right? They would have had a stick. Let's go play this. If he wants to answer it, that's fine. We're just kind of chilling here. Next century, sure. It's just a card that'll generate its value down the road. So these Gingerbread Hunters not having targets is a little awkward. Play this at 7. I think I want to make sure I kill this though. Play this. We've got 2 mana available, so we can go for the throw. Oh, that doesn't work on that card specifically. Let's just binding. Let's 2 for 1 our opponent to the ground here. Ossification, sure. Rid of my bug? Sure. I mean, I think the game is over at this point. I don't want to, like, just say that the game is over, but it feels that way. Kill that. Now we just start running Blossom Prancers down our opponent's throat until they die. Oh, sucks to whiff on this. We did cut some creatures. For a time, sure. That is exactly what our opponent is getting here, is borrowed time. He's down to 2 cards in hand. Theresis Roach, which dies to our Beanstalk, or a Gingerbread Hunter, excuse me. Or Lillian, sure. All right, the 2 for 1. This is one of those, you're allowed to continue playing as long as you would like moments for our opponent. Basically no way we die from here. I mean, we're gonna try to kill our opponent quickly because technically speaking, the Proliferate could kill us, but it's unlikely, like real unlikely. We're literally just playing a pile of removal spells here. Okay, GG. I watched the opponent's deck completely run over some other decks, though, that were playing less removal. Like, you need a lot of removal with this matchup. We just happen to be really favored here. Okay, cool. So that is I guess that is going to be my video here. We ended up 4-1 with this deck. Played really smoothly. I really liked having a little bit of extra removal relative to some of the other versions I've seen. And honestly, I think I'm going to continue moving in this sort of control-y direction. Utopia Sprawl made the Gingerbread Hunter a lot better because you can play this on turn 1 on a tapped forest. And then if you have an untapped land, you can Gingerbread Hunter on 2 on the draw against Nazgul, which is really nice. Also just makes this card more usable in general to be able to get it out earlier. This card was really good. It was a little sketchy in some matchups. Like the mirror match is not very good at all, but you can occasionally get some value out of it, but it did come out. Overall, this package felt really good. I think moving forward, I'm going to look at like trimming a Beanstalk Giant. I think this card is only okay. I don't want to play a bunch of them. Kind of the core of the deck, I think, is going to be this Blossom Prancer, Binding of the Old Gods, Beanstalk, plus like removal package with like Circuit Mender and some sort of value. I've seen some people playing Witness the Future in this slot. I think that's a mistake. I think this card is much better than Witness the Future, even if it's a little vulnerable. Main deck Terra Sunder was also fantastic. This is really good in the Beanstalk Mirror, where you can kill your opponent's Beanstalks and then a lot of their cards don't do anything. You can also attack their Bat Songs if you're in a game where you're looking like decking or like card advantage is paramount. So there was a lot of play to having this mainboard Terra Sunder. So overall, I am very happy with this deck. I'm going to continue editing on it and trying to make it work into this current Nazgul meta. That was my one loss, was Nazgul, and it did not feel particularly close. So I want to make sure that my sideboard is tuned towards beating that matchup and kind of my main deck configuration more towards beating these aggressive decks. Most of our opponents were playing aggressive decks, and it felt like even in the Sultai Mirror that just being the control deck with just all Doomblades on deck felt pretty good, to be honest. It made us a little soft to Thought Distortion, but in the game against the Beanstalk Mirror, we use our Terra Sunders to attack their Beanstalks, and then our Beanstalks sit in play and draw us extra cards. So we lost game 1 in that matchup because our opponent had a very, very strong draw and we flooded, but we managed to win games 2 and 3 after our post-board configuration. Overall, yeah, really, really happy with this deck. So that's going to do it. I'm going to try to clip this video up together and get all 5 rounds on YouTube because I think this was a pretty good showing for this deck. All right, thanks for coming to my TEL Talk. Talk to you later.